It's really important to consider an estate plan because most people have a lot of property, and whether it's a bank account, actual real property like a house, a lot of people don't plan for what's going to happen when they pass away. If somebody passes away without a will, then their property passes through what's called intestacy, which is passing outside of the probate process. So you have all this property that hasn't been distributed in a will. So what the probate court does is that it's going to assign where this property goes just by way of the law. So if someone passes away and they say, oh, I wanted my house to go to my grandkids, I wanted this bank account to go to my children, the law is not going to follow that necessarily. So it's really important that clients make sure that they write out exactly what they happened to their property, because the law just might not carry out things the way they wish. No matter what your estate looks like, no matter how much money is in your accounts, estate planning is so important. Even if you don't have a lot of property, it's still important. If someone has any specific property, like a wedding band that's been passed on through generations that holds sentimental value, if somebody doesn't have a will, it's just going to be passed on to the next person in line. So we make sure that when it comes to estate planning, we'll sit down with a client and say, what property do you have? How do you want it to be passed down? Do you want it to go to your grandkids? Do you want it to go to your children? Or do you want to set up a trust? Is this something that you want to be ongoing to take care of your family? There's a lot of considerations that a lot of people don't think about. Sometimes people will have individuals in their will that aren't even alive anymore. And if that's the case, what happens when someone passes away? It's just in limbo. When someone's come into our office to get some information on estate planning, the first thing that we tell them is to make sure that they have their property in order. Make sure you know exactly what you've got, because at the end of the day, nobody knows it better than you do. Another thing that I like to tell clients when they come in for estate planning is there's certain accounts that pass outside of probate. They're going to pass outside of your will. For example, one of those accounts is like a retirement account, a 401k, certain types of investment accounts that have a beneficiary as the one who's going to collect at the end of the day. So clients always need to make sure that their beneficiaries are updated, because if they're not, it's going to the last person who was listed, and there's nothing we can do about it. To anyone going through an estate planning issue, blood law means you have a team and you have someone in your corner no matter what you're going through. There's always somebody available to speak to a client, and no matter what they're going through, somebody is in their corner.